Hi magical cuties! Welcome to my very first Q&A video. I just haven't done a talking video in a long time, so I really wanted to just kind of sit down and talk with you guys, tell you a little bit more about me since I haven't actually done like an introduction or anything yet. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started. I have 25 questions here. Some of them are from you guys, some of them are things that I thought you guys might want to know about me. So okay, let's go ahead and get started with the first question. Question number 1. So who are you anyways? So I'm Laffy. I'm 21 years old. I am a Virgo. My birthday is September 8th. I'm agender, so I don't have a gender. I don't use pronouns. I use my name. So instead of saying like, there they go over there, you would say, there goes Laffy over there. That's the way that I like to be referred to. I am also super gay, so there you have that. My ethnicity, I get a lot of questions about this and I know a lot of people wonder, but I'm mixed. On my mom's side, I'm Dominican, which is ethnically Taino, which is the indigenous people of the Caribbean, Black, and European. And then on my dad's side, I am Black and also Native, but I don't know that much about that side of my family. I really want to do a genealogy test, so someday I'll do that and it'll be really, really cool. Okay, question number 2. What do you do? So I'm an art student primarily, I guess. I'm studying textile design. I have a concentration in garments, garment construction, and a specialized interest in becoming a costume designer or studying costume design in general. So that's kind of my thing with school. I also work part-time at a popular fabric and craft retailer, and I'm a cosplayer, clearly, and a magical idol. So then the next question, what is a magical idol? A magical idol is kind of my gender-neutral take on magical girl. When I was really young, I was so obsessed with the concept of idols. I loved, you know, like the singing and dancing and the costumes, mainly the costumes really, and just kind of the way that they sparkle and shine and give joy to everyone. I'm under no pretenses that the idol industry is actually a good thing. I think it's kind of a terrible industry, which is why I'm thankful I never actually got into it when I was younger. But now that I'm a full-grown person, I still kind of want to be an idol, but I'd like to do it on my own terms. So a magical idol is kind of my term for everything that I want to be and what I am. Okay. So why did you start YouTube? I started YouTube because I had a really hard time finding content that I'm very interested in. A lot of the stuff I like is older, as I'm sure you guys have noticed. I'm really into like 80s magical girls. I'm really into 80s anime in general, sometimes 60s, 70s, and 90s stuff too. Early 2000s stuff that's not very popular right now. And I have a pretty solid pastel magical idol aesthetic, and I just don't see a whole lot of that around, especially not on YouTube. Of course there's like kawaii stuff and there are people that are really into magical girls and fashion and things like that, and I'm really glad that there are those voices and those people out there, and I follow a lot of them, but I also wanted to put myself out there because I think I have a unique viewpoint on a lot of those things. If anyone else is into the stuff I like, I would really like to find them, you know. It's hard, it's a really spaced out community, so I would really love to kind of collect retro magical girl lovers. Have you done a Draw My Life? I don't have one of those up yet, and I might not have one of those up for a long time, mostly just because it takes a lot of production abilities that I'm not currently sure how to manage. So I haven't done one yet, but maybe in the future, look out for it. Okay, so when did you start cosplaying? I've been cosplaying since 2013, I believe. I started my first like actual cosplay in 2012. I did, when I was like in I think 6th or 7th grade, make a really busted and ugly, terribly sewn, constructed draft. Everything was bad Haruhi Suzumiya cosplay because I was so obsessed with her back when that was popular in like 2006. But I never ended up wearing it to a convention, so I don't actually count it because I didn't actually go and do the act of cosplaying anywhere. and I don't have any pictures of it, and I don't know if I even still have the costume. I might have like trashed it probably like a decade ago. Like, I have no idea where it is. So that was kind of my first one. But I've been cosplaying since 2013, which is 4 years, so not even that long. Still kind of new, which is weird. I feel like I've been doing it so long, but it's only been 4 years. And then, what was your first cosplay is the next question, and that was Miyuzakuro from Tokyo Mew Mew. And I still really love that costume. I wear it all the time now, whenever I get a chance. She's really one of my favorite girls. She's just so cool and sly and wolf-like. She's just really great. She's also, you know, like, I'm sure you guys have seen Tokyo Mew Mew, but if you haven't, you totally should. You should totally check it out. It's really, really good. But she's also a Virgo like me. Her birthday, I think, is like a couple days off from me. And she's like a model, and she's just like the older, cooler one in the group, and her outfit's real cute too. So I was really excited to make her and be her, and I still love her and wear her all the time. So what's your favorite or your signature cosplay? Lum. It's Lum. I wear Lum to every convention, at least one of my 3 Lums, maybe 2 of my 3 Lums, maybe all 3 of my 3 Lums, because I have her costume. I have 3 different versions of her outfit, so I wear Lum pretty much to every convention I go to. She's my favorite, so I wear her as often as I can, though unfortunately I haven't had a chance to actually wear her bikini to a con for a long time. And I might actually remake her soon because she's been around since 2013, so she might want to be refreshed. So how many costumes have you done? A lot. I actually have it written down here, and I have a list of the order that I've done them all in. So I've done 21 costumes in the last 4 years. That's ridiculous. So of those 21 costumes, I've made 17, completely made 17 costumes. And I actually have them in the order that I did them. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys all the costumes that I've done up until now. So let's see. I have Miyuzakuro from Tokyo Mew Mew, Ami Mizuno from Sailor Moon, her school uniform, Lum from Urusei Yatsura, Lum's school uniform, Creamy Mommy's pink dress, Kay from Dirty Pair, Princess Kreihi from Princess Tutu, Magical Emmy from Magical Emmy, Cutie Honey from Cutie Honey, Bunny Lum and Ranma from Ranma 1/2. And okay, so here's one costume that I made this costume, but it's actually school uniform Lum, and I just changed the wig. And it's Keiko from Yu Yu Hakusho. And then Miki Makamura from Devilman, and I actually used the same skirt because this is like I guess like the 80s and 90s Japanese school uniform, especially for anime, the sailor one. It's like the same color, so I used it for Miki's skirt, and then I thrifted the rest of her stuff. I've made Moon Mom, which I always call her Moon Mom, but I'm talking about Queen Serenity from Sailor Moon. I've done Riku from Ship I Rock, but I bought that whole costume. I didn't actually make that one. And Creamy Mommy's yellow classic outfit, which I also didn't make. Elizabeth and Parker made that one. And I've made Lala Lulu from Left Stage, Comet-san from Cosmic Baton Girl Comet-san, Saint Tail from Kaito Saint Tail, and Atemu from Yu-Gi-Oh! Those are my 21 costumes that I've done in 4 years because I don't know when to stop. And I definitely have more costumes planned, so I'm not stopping anytime soon. So the next question is, how many anime conventions have you been to? Wow, also a lot. I actually have a little notebook where I keep all of my badges in from all the conventions I've been to, because I used to save all my badges and I would just have them laying around and it was like trashy, and now instead of being like weird and keeping trash, it's like sentimental and kind of cute. So I have that notebook actually right here. So I've been to, let's see, you can check the last page, 23 anime conventions. So I've been to 23. I started going to conventions in 2008. My first convention is MomoCon 2008. Oh my gosh. It used to be free back then. So I would go, I was in middle school. I think I was in like 7th grade in 2008. I'm not sure. I went, I got all the middle schoolers that were also into anime to go to, and then all the moms got mad at me because they thought I was like in charge. But why would a 12-year-old be in charge of all of your children? I wasn't in charge. I just said they should come, and they all thought I was in charge. It was ridiculous. But yeah, I've been going to MomoCon and Anime Week in Atlanta for a long time. I've been going forever. Let's see, from 2008 to 2017. It's like 9 years. I've been going to conventions for 9 years. It's ridiculous. I just have this notebook full of all the conventions I've been to. They've all been fun. So mostly it's MomoCon and AWA. I also went to MTAC once. I've been to Anime Expo. I've been to Dragon Con once or twice. And lately I've been going to more Florida cons. So MetroCon, Holiday Matsuri. Yeah. Pretty much all the conventions I've been to, all in here. So I've been to a lot of conventions and I do a lot of cosplays. And I do a lot of cosplays per convention, so I love it. That's just what I like to do. So the next question is, how did you learn to sew and how long have you been sewing? Okay, I've been sewing since literally before I can remember. I used to, like, when I was a kid, take towels and old sheets and like wrap them around me and be like, I'm gonna be a fashion designer, and dramatic stuff like that. And I used to sew like my Barbie's little clothes and stuff like that when I was really little. So it just kind of naturally evolved into me learning how to sew from a really young age, probably around 9 or 10. I started actually trying to make clothes for myself. And I think I got a sewing machine as like a gift from my grandparent when I was 10 or 11 years old, and that's when I really was like, okay, I'm gonna learn how to do this. And I just really taught myself. It was a lot of trial and error. I've improved at like the slowest rate ever. I should be such a better seamstress by now for the fact that I've been sewing for so long, but I'm not. And if you guys want for me to, I could always do a video of like how I draft my patterns and how I do stuff, but you can see a lot of that process actually in my ConCrunch videos, which I guess I'll link. They'll probably be on this side, right? This side? I think they're gonna be over here, but I'll link them in a card up here so you guys can see that if you want to see kind of what I do and how I sew and my process in general. So yeah. Okay, this next question's fun. What are your top 5 favorite magical girls? Okay, Lum, she counts. I'm telling you right now that she does because she's an alien, she's princess, she can use alien magic, and she's a girl, so therefore she counts. I don't care if you don't think she counts. She's a magical girl and she's my #1 favorite, so Lum. Second, Magical Emmy. I love magicians. I love magicians. There's something so wondrous about seeing like a magic act or a magic show or even just card tricks. It's just, it makes you so happy. It makes me so happy at least. And it's really great to see like a magician, magical girl. I love it. Like, I love it so much. She's definitely way up there. She's my second favorite. Then Creamy Mommy, she's an idol. She's up there. She's like, these are all really my favorites. It's hard to rank them, but Creamy Mommy for sure. She's really important. She kind of like introduced me to the whole 80s magical girl movement. It's not really a movement, it's 80s magical girls. She was the first one that I got really into, so she was my favorite for a long time until I found Magical Emmy. Aside from Lum, Lum's always been number one. After Mommy, there are so many. I love so many magical girls. This is so hard to like pick. I guess I'm gonna have to go with Cutie Honey, just because she's like one of the first magical girls that I really was into. I was really into Cutie Honey the Live when I was in middle school, and then I found like Cutie Honey Flash and watched a lot of that. And she was just really important to me. I really, really enjoy Cutie Honey. If you don't know her, she's like one of the first. She was made by Go Nagai, who also does Devilman, and a lot of other really great stuff. You should check out all his content, really. She's just so cool. She's so cool to me. She's like an android, and she transforms into anything, and she fights Panther Claw for revenge, and it's just a really cool, like, solid, classic story. She was kind of one of the first ones, you know, to have that kind of story. She was inspirational to Naoko Takeuchi, who, of course, you know, did Sailor Moon, so she's just one of them. Cutie Honey. Okay, I figured it out. My fifth favorite. Nobody knows about her. I feel like I might be the only one on earth that's this excited about her, but her name is Esper Mommy, so she's another mommy. She's, I think the manga was coming out in the 60s or 70s. I know the anime is like either late 70s or early 80s, but Esper Mommy, she basically is just a regular girl, and she starts getting these like psychic powers. She's able to teleport. So she teleports, and then she develops telepathy, and she also develops psychokinesis, and she's able to move stuff around. It's just really cool to me. I'm so interested in like the occult and magic and the powers of the mind, and so magical girls that kind of hit on that sort of stuff is really, really interesting to me. It's also a really sweet series. It's like pure and good, and the theme song is a bop, and I really love Esper Mommy. Only so much of it's subbed, just like with a lot of these older animes. There's only so much of it you can watch subtitled in English before you have to find raw episodes, and half the time it's really hard to find raw episodes too. But Esper Mommy, I love her. If you've never heard of her, I really encourage you to check her out. She's always like solving little mysteries and crimes, and I love that kind of older magical girl that's not really fighting against some sort of supreme evil, but rather she's just kind of trying to make it in life with her new powers, with her new abilities, figuring herself out, and using magic kind of cheekily to do whatever it is that she wants to do. That's the kind of magical girl I'm primarily interested in. So Esper Mommy's a really great example of that, and I encourage you to check all of them out if you haven't yet. They're all really, really, really good. So Urusei Yatsura with Lum, Magical Emmy, Creamy Mommy, Cutie Honey, and Esper Mommy. Those are my top 5. Oh boy. Any magical girls you don't like? As a matter of fact, yeah, there are. I'm not a fan of Madoka. I'm not a fan of the series in general, and I'm not really a fan of most magical girls that have come out after Madoka, like Yuki Yuna as a hero and that kind of stuff. I'm not interested in it. It seems like it's really interested in like girls suffering instead of girls empowering themselves and using the magic that they have to bring joy. It seems like, to me, it's just a lot more about like showing that girls can't like have dreams or hopes or whatever without the overarching theme being that they have to suffer. It's really messed up to me, and I promise one day I'll do a whole video about this because I have a lot of thoughts on it, but I just really am not into Madoka Magica or any of the newer stuff except for Precure and Pre-Para. Those are the two newer magical girl series that I'm really interested in. I've seen a lot of Pre-Para and I like it. I haven't seen that much Precure. I've seen like a couple episodes of a couple of the different series, but I really want to watch a la mode, so anyways, that's where I'm at. Don't like Madoka. Y'all can hate on me for it, it's fine. It's just not me. It's nothing I'm interested in. So yeah. Next is, what was your first anime and your first manga? Oh my gosh. My first anime, I'm pretty sure I used to watch Cardcaptors when it was on TV, like, I don't know, was this the 90s? Was it the early 2000s? I don't know. I was really young and it would come on and I would be like, Cardcaptors of the Cloud, expect the unexpected. And yeah, it was really great. It was a great time. The dub is a lot of fun. I recently rewatched the whole dub, maybe like last year. I still haven't watched it subbed, so maybe I'm a bad fan, but I really like Cardcaptors. I'm pretty sure it was one of the first ones I was ever exposed to. Other than that, other things that came on TV like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Sailor Moon, of course, and I grew up watching those. The first anime I ever like went and took the time out of my life to seek out on my own was Ouran High School Host Club. So there you have it. My first manga, okay. This is hard too because there were like some manga that I would read not really knowing that they were manga. Do you know what I mean? Like just stuff that I was like, oh, this is a comic book when I was young. And I think that was like Dr. Slump, Yu-Gi-Oh! Again, some stuff that was in Shonen Jump, so probably Yu Yu Hakusho, and I can't even remember. But the first manga series that I actually like was like, this is manga, I love this, was Kami-Chama Karen. Does anyone on earth remember it? Here, I have it. This is the first manga that I ever like bought myself, or I guess not myself, that I like really wanted and my parents bought for me when I was like 9. It's completely a mess. It's like old and well loved. This was my first manga and I actually collected all of them, but I lent the last few to someone, don't know who, when I was in middle school, and you know, they never gave them back. So I still want to get the last ones, 5 through 7. This was what I was all about in elementary. Actually, this was elementary school, yeah. When I was in elementary school, I was all about Kami-Chama Karen. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely cosplay Cutting one of these days. So, next is, what are your favorite books? This is really cool. I actually love to read. I love... Okay, let me get the books and then I'll come back and I'll talk about them. Some of my favorite books are all by the same author, Ursula K. Le Guin. Oh my god, I'm not going to talk about her too much because I could talk about her for centuries. I love her. I love her so much. This is The Dispossessed, which I've been rereading recently. It's really great. Okay, I can't even talk about it because I'll never shut up. If you guys want to know more about Ursula K. Le Guin and my obsession with her, just ask and I will definitely talk to you about it. The first series I read by her was the Earthsea trilogy. Now Earthsea's become a cycle. I also have Tehanu, but I don't have the rest of the books in the cycle, though I've read them. This like changed my whole youth, my whole life, my whole way of thinking. If you want to understand me more, read Earthsea and then check out Ursula K. Le Guin's other content. She has so many novels, novellas. She primarily writes sci-fi, fantasy. Most of her work includes people of color as the protagonists, and her world building is based on anthropology. It's really phenomenal. It's just a phenomenal series that will leave you feeling completely like healed and cleansed after you finish one of her books or one of her short stories. She has a book of short stories out too right now. Yeah, she's I love her. Next, what's your favorite anime genre? Okay, magical girls. That's my favorite genre, definitely, but I think that's too obvious, so I'm also gonna say like 80s space opera, but not really mechs so much as just like sci-fi, cool sci-fi stuff, which actually a lot of magical girls are that sort of way. So I'm really into anything that's like magic, occult, psychic power, and outer space. So things like Gunbuster. I love Gunbuster. That sort of thing is really my main jam. I love that sci-fi. I love that magic. That's me. What other TV shows are you into? So aside from anime, I spend a lot of time watching true crime documentaries on Netflix. I also watch a lot of other documentaries. I'm a big documentary fan. Other than that, The Get Down. I love The Get Down. I'm crushed that it's not getting a second season. It's my favorite thing that I've seen recently on any kind of TV platform. Home improvement shows. I watch a lot of Property Brothers. Oh, I also watch a lot of stuff like Hoarders or like Obsessed and like just kind of in general like therapy shows. I just think they can be really relieving to watch, to like see people getting help and like really making it. It's like motivational, I guess, to me. But yeah, so I watch shows like that. It's like the complete opposite of like cute, girly, magical girl stuff, but The next question is, what kind of music do you like? Pop. I like pop music, and I'm really into like 80s J-pop music and some idol music. I really like Yasutaka Nakata. He's the producer of Kyari. He has his band Capsule. He's the producer of Perfume. I was super into Perfume for a really long time. I'm still a big fan of them. Kyari too. So I like stuff like that, kind of along those like pumpin', fun, poppy, cutesy stuff. I really like cutesy music. The Aprils is a really great band too. I really like the Aprils. They're another like J-pop electronica band. So that's what I'm into. Who's your favorite idol? I'm actually like really not that into idol. I really feel that the idol industry is exploitative and really cruel and really sets a lot of underage girls up for really like a lot of hardships, and I don't really like to support idols currently. When I was younger, I was really into Morning Musume and Hello Project. I really loved Kasumi Koharu because I was super into Kirarin Revolution. That was another like anime I really liked in the days that was coming out before it turned 3D animation. 3D animation? Do we really need to do that? Did we really need to like make everything ugly? I still know a lot of dances from Kirarin Revolution, and I really actually want to do a Kirarin cosplay one day and do a dance with that, so one day I'll do it. 20. What's your favorite thing about cosplay? Being my favorite characters! It's so much fun! It's so great. My favorite thing about cosplay, and it's hard when you cosplay a bunch of characters that not a lot of people recognize. It can be hard to feel like you're having a fun time because you're seeing, everyone else, get a lot of recognition for all their hard work, and you're just kind of standing there. But for me, my favorite part of cosplaying is walking around the convention, catching myself in a mirror, like from a side or something like that, and being like, oh my god, Creamy Mommy's here, or oh my goodness, Magical Emmy is here at the con right now, or Lam is here. So it's just really, really cool that you get to really like be that character and kind of represent your favorite, at a convention where a lot of people especially aren't going to know who that is, or people who do know who that is are going to be really, really shocked and surprised and really happy about it. And it makes me really happy that all of the hard work that I put into my costumes could possibly make any other person happy. So it's just really fun to me to be my favorite characters at the convention, and maybe be somebody else's favorite character at the convention. So that's my favorite part about cosplay for sure. So do you make or buy your costumes? Both is fine. I've made most of my costumes. I've bought some costumes. Either is fine. Do whatever it is that you have to do to feel your best and most confident and to look the way you want to look when you're cosplaying your favorite character or any other character. I don't think there's a problem with not making your costumes. I think everybody should cosplay. I think everyone should try it out, no matter if you're making something or buying something or closet cosplay. Just do your best, and have a fun time. Make or buy, but usually I make my costumes just because that's the way that I know how to do it, and it's hard to find stuff that would look the way I want it to look otherwise. So making stuff is really great for having full customization, but buy things if you find something that, you know, works. And a lot of times it can be a lot cheaper to buy a costume off AliExpress that's exactly right than to spend all the time and money trying to track down textiles that'll match and making textiles yourself if you can't find any. It can be a lot more expensive to make your costume sometimes than to just buy one. So whatever is realistic for you, go for it. Which leads us to our next question. Is cosplay expensive? Yes, cosplay is expensive, but yeah, it's still really, really fun. It's really rewarding. There's nothing like having the costume exactly the way you want it and going to your convention and getting good photos and just having fun. There's nothing like it to me, so yeah, it's worth it. But if you're just getting started, I'm gonna tell you like it is. Cosplay is expensive. I don't think I've ever spent less than $70 on a costume. It's usually a lot more than that. So it's expensive. Next question. Will you feature sewing tutorials or progress videos of new costumes? Absolutely. I really want to get into doing sewing tutorials for you guys for basic stuff. I'd really like to get into doing progress logs on individual costumes, a lot like how I did my Con Crunch video, but you know, just focus on one costume at a time. I think that could be really helpful to anyone else that's trying to tackle any of the costumes that I'm doing, or even just kind of fun to watch. I know I really like watching videos like that, so I definitely plan on having those up here on my channel in the future, so look out for that coming up soon. So you're also into Japanese street fashion? Yeah, I totally am. In high school, I used to dress in Sweet Lolita and Fairy Kay styles. Clearly all of that's really rubbed off a lot onto my current style. I am really interested in brands like Spank and stores like the Virgin Mary, really interested in like Wego, Spins, WC, a lot of the cuter pastel stuff that's going on in Harajuku I've always been really into. When I was actually in Harajuku last year, I like lost my mind. I had such a great time. I actually bought this there in Kinji, which is like a thrift store in Harajuku. I got a lot of cool stuff there. So yeah, I'm really into Japanese street fashion. As of currently, I don't really like labeling my style because I don't want it to seem, I'm not really like following the rules of whatever street fashion. I'm not into all of that anymore. I just kind of do whatever I want. I would say that my personal style is kind of a mix between like Fairy Kay and like Spank style and Cult Party K and kind of stuff like that. So it's really just general. I'm inspired a lot by, you know, just regular street snaps and of course magical girls and just cute stuff. So I just kind of do my own thing. I really like space and like holographic stuff like this kind of thing too. I'll try and do more style videos on here sooner or later too, so look out for that. So if you guys enjoyed this video and would like to see more like Q&A type stuff and more like tags and things like that, just let me know. Give me a thumbs up, leave it in the comments, and I would love to do more videos. I love kind of sitting down and chatting with you guys. I don't know if you guys like this that much though. I really would like some feedback on what you guys would like to see more of from my channel. Because I really enjoy doing like the cosplay dances. Those are always going to be there. I really enjoy doing other dance covers and like cosplay vlogs, like convention vlogs are really fun to do. So let me know if you guys want to see more like style videos, if you guys want to see more chatting videos, like get ready with me's and Q&As and stuff. Yeah, I just kind of want to know what you guys' favorite thing to see is, and I try really hard to get a variety in there and put things up in a variety type way. So whatever you guys want to see more of, let me know. And I do have a bunch of videos from MomoCon that are going to be posted pretty soon, so definitely keep an eye out for those. I have a bunch of dance videos, and I have that silly Yu-Gi-Oh! Cosplay music video that will be up one of these days. So yeah, just let me know what you'd like to see, and I would be happy to deliver you the content. thanks so much for watching this, you guys, and I will see you again super soon. Love you so much. Bye. My dog wants to come inside. I'm filming, Bear. You gonna come in anyways?